Hello and welcome to our reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Marvel Select Iron Man 3 War Machine. So yeah, this is the War Machine design from Iron Man 3, although I barely remember him being in Iron Man 3 and not being Iron Patriot at the time. There is an Iron Patriot version of this as well, but I'm more fond of War Machine, and I was more fond of this look for War Machine than the one from the original Marvel Select War Machine. Even though they're very similar, I just thought this one looked a bit cooler. And the articulation's better, I assume. I haven't actually looked too heavily into the other one, but I'm guessing this one's better because it's more recent. Anyway, enough rambling about things. It's a very cool figure, really nice articulation, really nice sculpt. It comes with extra headpiece and a big base and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt paint details, and all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off the quick size comparison, of course here we have War Machine. Here's a Marvel Legends size Hellboy, and a Marvel Universe-sized Wolverine. As you can see, he is taller than both of them, and is in the normal 7-inch-ish Marvel Select size. Anyway, let's get the other two out of here and just look at War Machine. Alright, here we have War Machine. He's got his head up here, which we will zoom in on in a minute. Shoulder pads over here. They have some silver paint over the sort of gunmetal grayish color. A little bit of lettering there. He's got his arc reactor thing like here in the center. It's kind of a red, but it's very light. It's almost white with like a little reddish rim around it. He's got lots of various sculpted detail throughout his armor, just in various places. He's got his big sort of bracer things here. He's got his hands here. He's got one open hand for like a repulsor, and then one fist hand. And around the waist, get some silver, some nice detail there. Legs, just big robotic-y metal sort of legs there. On the back, same sort of detail you would expect to see, more really good sculpting, some kind of cool stuff down here. The back of the legs there where the joints are. There's a hole right there where you plug his gun into, and that's pretty much it for the back. Alright, let's zoom in on the head sculpt and his alternative head sculpt really quick. Alright, here we have War Machine's head sculpt. It's sort of your standard Iron Man-ish helmet kind of design. It's got red eyes. Of course, it's silver, and then that gunmetal kind of color. See from the side a little bit there. It's got lots of nice sculpted detail and stuff in it, but it's not anything special, but it looks like it should, so I have no issues with it. And then here is the unmasked helmet here, with Don Cheadleface in it. I think it's actually a pretty good likeness. There's something a bit off about the eyes, but I can certainly see the resemblance, so I think they did a pretty good job with that. And of course you can just change those out, use whichever one you want. I prefer the one that, actually looks like War Machine. So, yeah, let's zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, War Machine is quite good, although I do have some loose joint issues with him. Head tilts up on a disc, tilts down a bit further, rotates, pivots to side a little bit. Ball joint shoulders, up and down, forward and back. Also, these shoulder pads lift up so they don't get in the way too much. Bicep cut, single joint elbow, cut there at the gauntlet thing. Wrist hinge, and cut. Decent diaphragm joint, moves back pretty far, forward pretty far, rotates. Ball joint hips, in and out, forward and back. Upper thigh cut, his hip joints is one of the ones that's loose. Double jointed knees, which is nice. Ankle hinge, and pivot, and those are also one of the loose joints. So mine in particular has a lot of trouble standing. I don't know if that's going to be the case with everybody's, but a lot of the joints and the legs are loose on mine. Apart from that, the articulation's really good. Very up to what Marvel Select is making their new sort of standard of articulation. So he's pretty good. You can get him in pretty much any pose you really need to. Alright, now let's move on to War Machine's accessory, which is his shoulder-mounted gun, and of course he comes with a base as well. Here is War Machine's shoulder-mounted gun. It's a pretty simple design. It's just sort of a gunmetal-colored, flat, sort of cannon-like thing. It hinges up here at the top, rotates there, and then you can plug it into the back with that peg right there. Also rotates there at that point. And with it equipped to him, it looks something like that. For a base, War Machine has one of those big, bulky Hall of Armor display pieces. They're cool. They take up a lot of space, so if you've got space for them, they'd be really cool, especially if you have lots of them and lots of Iron Mans. Pretty simple detail. It's pretty much all one color. It's got two little spots for feet down here at the bottom, but they don't actually have pegs, but he can kind of lean against the wall or just stand up straight if he actually has tight joints. Apart from that, it's a pretty simple base. It's very nicely made. It's fairly solid. You kind of have to snap it together. I think it's 4 pieces. And, yeah, he looks pretty cool on it if you want to use that. Alright, let's move on to the packaging. War Machine does come in the standard Marvel Select packaging. You got your big window here, War Machine down there along the side, logo for War Machine down there at the bottom, artwork on the spine, on the back, picture of the figure, description, also a picture of the Mark 42 Iron Man down there at the bottom. As always, these are good for in or out of package display, so yeah, War Machine. Alright, that wraps it up for War Machine, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.